Richard Margoles in class of 1954. Richard, could I ask you to come on up here, please? Now, Richard has had an unbelievable career. And as you read through his bio, I think what you'll see is something very similar to what you might see in a couple of other people, but not very many. And that is a certain eclectic background, which includes a variety of studies in different fields. And in getting to know his background, it took me about 3 hours to get through his resume. It's about this thick, on the number of things that he has accomplished and the number of contributions that he has made to his particular chosen field of supporting osteopathic medicine. Let me go back to his time here at Hun School, and obviously he's going to know it a lot better than I. We'll start with his nickname. His nickname was RAM, R-A-M. Do you know that? Yeah. Now, I wasn't here between 1952 and 1954, but doing some research, we tried to figure out why he was called RAM, and what we've been able to come up with is that he was one tough football player. And those years, in the early 1950s, whether you're aware of it or not, some of us in this room know this better than others, the school was barely surviving. It had just come past the 1950-51 period in which the school had finally decided that it was going to exist. It had a choice to either fold or to go on. And so his coming here in 1952 was part of an era which I think was the basis for the real growing strength of this institution, academically and otherwise. And when I read a little bit about the early football programs that they had some tough kids. And tough not only because they were athletically inclined, and Richard was one of those, but also because they had the fortitude in a very small school to ensure that this school was successful. And in terms of his contributions to our school in that early era, football and basketball were a big part of his life. He was a member of the Glee Club. He wrote for the early newspaper, The Mall, wrote for the school's yearbook called The Edgerstonian, and participated in a lot of the politics, if you will, student politics during those years. His education is described very well in the program that you have. I was impressed with the fact that he has a PhD from Michigan State, and that PhD is in, correct me if I'm wrong, higher education. He has a master's degree in public administration. He has a master's degree in educational administration. He has an undergraduate degree from Miami in history and zoology. So his interests are varied. The commitment that he has made to his profession, though, I think is seen in the higher studies that he's had in his PhD and his master's level. What we are honoring him for is because he has contributed so much to the field of osteopathic medicine by opening up schools in various parts of the world. When I first spoke to Richard, where were you? You were someplace exotic. Yeah. He's all over the place, to say the least. And in asking Catherine, his daughter, to give us a little bit more information, this is what he's done. In the 1960s, he was one of the original board members crafting the AMA, that's American Medical Association, MD Medical School program at Michigan State. He was employee #1 in establishing Touro University's College of Osteopathic Medicine in San Francisco. He's facilitated other medical schools in the states of Kentucky and Florida. His most recent accomplishments have been consulting for the British government in establishing the St. Christopher College in Luton, England, and Dakar, Senegal. Recently, he helped establish the Greenheart Medical School in Guyana, South America. Currently living in the West Indies in the Commonwealth of Dominica. He's setting up an All Saints University on Dominica. To say that he is an accomplished individual is an understatement. Graduating from the Hun School in 1954 and continuing his education through those years up till the present time. He again represents learning, giving back, contributing to third world countries years as few have by, again, establishing medical schools, enhancing the medical business, the nursing business, giving people jobs. He is well worth this honor of being a distinguished alum. And it's a pleasure to have him here today. It's a pleasure, Catherine, to have you celebrate your 20th reunion here at Hun School last night. And it's a pleasure to have your family, and we congratulate you on all that you have done.
Thank you very much.